Welcome everybody to a look at the first two films from the Tod Slaughter box set released by Indicator. So we're going to be looking at Maria Martin, or The Murder in the Red Barn from 1935, which is the first one in this collection, and it is there. So yeah, this is directed by Milton Rosmer, who I've not seen anything else from before. It's a melodrama clocking in at 67 minutes long. In 1820s rural England, a young girl is tricked by tales of marriage from a villainous squire. When she becomes pregnant and disappears, a gypsy lad is blamed. So this film overall was an enjoyable watch, with Slaughter impressing me quite quickly because it is the first film I've ever seen from him. Yeah, on all of these films I've never seen before. So yeah, I was kind of expecting it to take a couple of films to get used to his kind of acting style and all that, but yeah, quite quickly got into his portrayal of his character. The rest of the cast is also decent. It is well paced, doesn't outstay its welcome. The cinematography is on point, and watching Slaughter's character squirm in the final act is highly enjoyable. The restoration of this is also this has had looks excellent as well, because all of these have had a 4K restoration to some extent. So yeah, really enjoyable film. Not massively impressive, not particularly deep in terms of the plot or the characterization, but for something that's not even 70 minutes long, yeah, it is really rather quite enjoyable, and it is actually based on a murder that actually happened. Although in real life, the murder itself had a little bit of a supernatural element, I guess you could say, to it, because the murder was foretold by a relative of Maria Martin, who envisioned that she was going to get murdered by someone. So yeah, and that's not really played into with this film. There's a slight hint that the mother has seen something or felt something happen, but it's not really fully encapsulated on, so which is a little bit of a shame. And then from 1936, we have Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. So yeah, this is directed by George King, who I've not seen anything else from before, but given that he's directing 5 of the other films from this set, I'm going to at least see half a dozen of his films by the end of watching all of these. So it's a drama clocking in at 68 minutes long. Once again, stars Tod Slaughter, but also stars John Singer as in the role of a boy called Tobias, who becomes an apprentice to Sweeney Todd. Only seen him in one other film called The Cruel Sea, but he was quite a prolific child actor in Britain in the 30s. So it is England set in the 1830s. London's dockside is teeming with ships and sailors who have made their fortune in foreign lands. Sweeney Todd, a Fleet Street barber, awaits the arrival of men whose first port of call is for a good, close shave. For most, it will be the last time they are seen alive. Using a specially designed barber's chair, Sweeney Todd dispatches his victims to the cellar below, where he robs them of their newfound fortunes and chops their remains into small pieces. Meanwhile, Miss Lovett is enjoying a roaring trade for a popular penny meat pies. So this might not wholly work as a horror film, but it does definitely work as a comedy crime film with elements of drama in it, as this was really rather a fun effort, with Slaughter nailing the role as he expertly balances the intelligence of Todd. You know, he's got to be somewhat intelligent to come up with this contraption with a barber chair and whatnot, but he also balances that well with the madness that he exhibits throughout. He really rather nails the maniacal laugh that he's got going on a lot of the time. The supporting cast is also really rather good. The production is solid. The cinematography is well done. The pacing is on point. It is overall entertaining. The plot is engrossing, and it has some decent tension in the final act. But again, like the previous film, doesn't wholly go into some areas of the plot that is kind of only slightly hinted at and then completely forgotten about. For instance, there's very little reference to the whole meat pie scenario, which in previous adaptations, on the stage or in other films, it's quite clearly been insinuated that the pies are made up of human remains, which isn't really dealt with in this film. And yeah, you don't see any of the murders really take place. They are either off screen or they're shot in such a way that you don't really see anything happen. And you certainly don't see anyone getting chopped up. But still, it's a really, really fun effort. And again, Tod Slaughter is the main reason to watch this film, like with the prior one. And yeah, he's really enjoyable throughout. It's yeah, it doesn't outstay its welcome whatsoever. Again, less than 70 minutes. So yeah, even though there are elements that could have been fleshed out more, what is there is still enjoyable enough. And yeah, for an hour and 8 minute long film, you know, any flaws really are easily just glanced over because before you know it, you're onto a new part of the plot, or you know something's happening to a character or anything like that. So because of the pacing, because of the shortness of the film, flaws are generally easy to look over. So yeah, on the whole, two really rather good films. The first one I give 3.5 out of 5, and the second one I give 4 out of 5. So a really rather solid start to this box set, quite frankly. So yeah, we've got 6 more films to go. And just like with this video, I will be doing 2 per disc, as these are both on the same disc, as you can see, along with all of the extras that I talked about in the unboxing of this box set as well. So yeah, if you want to see the extras or hear about them, then go watch that video. But for these reviews, yeah, I'm just going to stick to mainly what the films have to one offer and the cast and the director and whatnot. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen either of these films before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.